So after seeing A Star Is Born, I went and saw Goosebumps 2, Haunted Halloween. I grew up on Goosebumps books. I've said this a couple times in my reviews. How I did a review for the first Goosebumps movie, which I liked. I thought it was pretty good. And that was the main reason why I went and saw the first one, was because I was a fan of the books growing up. I really, really dug them. I thought they were pretty funny, or pretty good, cool books for little kids. Like, it was like the kiddie version of Tales from the Crypt for me. Like, I grew up on Tales from the Crypt, even though I grew up on Tales from the Crypt too, but I also liked the child's version of Tales from the Crypt, which is Goosebumps. It was, like all these really crazy, absurd horror stories, but like toned down for kids. And like I said, I always thought they were fun. And like I said, I thought the first movie was fine. It was a fun little flick. I like Jack Black a lot. It's been a while since I've seen the first one. I saw it like once when it came out in the theaters, and that was about it. But I remember liking Jack Black a lot as R.L. Stein. I thought that was fun casting that they did. And I was like, oh, I'm bored for a sequel. I was like, like there's many possibilities you can do with this, series of books that you could maybe have some fun with. There was things I was wanting them to do. Hell, for a while there, I thought they were going to do like Horrorland, Goosebumps in Horrorland or something like that. Which I thought was the original title for the sequel, but then they just changed it to Haunted Halloween for no fucking reason. Don't know why. Somebody in the comments can tell me why, but I would have been all on board for that. But it's like, it is kind of like the sequel is like, it looked like it was like, well, it's pretty much doing kind of the same thing that the first one did. Okay, but like you could, I mean, there's a lot of things you can do with this material and maybe have some fun with it, but whatever. I was like, whatever. I mean, like, like I said, I like the first one. I said this one looked like it was gonna be fine, I guess. And yeah, it's fine. It's okay. It's not. Like I said, it's not getting good reviews. It's just a movie that's there. From what I remember, the first one, I liked the first one a lot better. But this was fine. It was like there's nothing really bad or offensive or anything about that's really pissed me off about this movie. It was fine. It's Goosebumps. Like I said, it's kind of a shame. Like you can't. They didn't utilize. Like I said, it's not really utilizing characters or monsters from the first one or from the books like the first one did. It's just kind of using Halloween props, which is kind of lame. Like there's still other stuff that they never did in the first one. Like I said, Horrorland, Haunted Mask are the two things that fucking come to mind. Haunted Mask and Horrorland are like two of the most famous stories, and they never did anything with those two stories. And that's bugs the hell out of me. Like Horrorland was like kind of a fun concept you can have fun with, make a fun horror movie. I maybe I'll do it for a third one, as I'll talk about in a second. But yeah, it's like you kind of had like a more opportunity to maybe do something else with it. But yeah. I thought like you got a lot of talented people behind this fucking movie. You got Chris Parnell, you got that fat kid from It. Sorry, I don't know his name. The mom from the Goldbergs, which was like for a while there one of my favorite fucking comedy shows out there. She's always fucking great. One of the most talented ladies out there, comedic actresses out there, and she's plays the mom, of course. And you got a lot of talented people behind it. You have this is getting the spoilers, but Jack Black does make a cameo in this. Like literally, that had to be the easiest paycheck in Jack Black's life in this movie. Like I remember going into this movie, I'm like, so why is Jack Black not in this? Like he was the best part, and I'd heard a lot of people said he's missing from this movie, and he is missing from this movie. And then he pops up at the end, and I'm like, so why the hell wasn't he just in the whole fucking movie? Like, I don't get it. Like, what was the point? Like, Like, I don't know. Somebody comments maybe because he was busy with, like, I know he's been doing like Jumanji and House of Clock on its walls. He's been a busy guy. I mean, he's about like I know it's not like, oh, Jack Black didn't want to do the movie. If he didn't want to do the movie, he wouldn't be in the movie at the end. Like, he literally pops up at the end of the fucking movie to just right after everything's transpired by in this movie, he pops up and like, so that was fucking pointless. Hi, Jack Black. What the hell was you? Why weren't you in this movie earlier? I don't know. I don't know why. That bugged the hell out of me. It's a movie where Slappy the Dummy, who is the main villain in this movie, which, yeah, like I said, I was fine with, like, him being, because at the end of the day, Slappy the Dummy is like the most iconic symbol of the Goosebumps book series. Everybody knows that fucking dumbass, or that dummy, and of course he should be the villain. And as, like, from what I remember, the first one, he wasn't like as like fucking joke heavy as he was in this one. Like, I don't know if I'm wrong on that, but like it also, like, it's like, man, you're just exactly ripping off the fucking Child's Play. I mean, I know Slappy the Dummy is supposed to be a ripoff of the Child's Play Chucky character, but it's like, he literally reads a incantation and it brings him to life. I'm like, I don't remember if it's been a while since I've read the fucking Return at Night of the Living Dummy book. I mean, I fucking was like maybe 10 or 5 or something like that when that book came out. And I was like, I think that was a part of the book. Somebody in comments can tell me. I don't know. I'm not bothered to look it up. But, like, I was like, yeah, so, like, oh, that's exactly ripping off of fucking Chucky if I've ever seen one. And then, like, he makes, like, one-liners and, like, puns and shit like that and cackles. And, like, so he's the Crypt Keeper now. Okay. Like, I was like, I'd rather be watching Tales of the Crypt, kinda. But even the original series. And, like, yeah, it's the plot where he brings, like, all the Halloween toys, candy, and all that shit to life. And basically, yeah, they basically start attacking everybody in this town and everything. This movie also does open up for a fucking third movie, I guess. It has a cliffhanger ending, which makes you believe that either one, Jack Black is going to be the star of the main star of the next movie, which I'm all on board for, or two, he's just not going to be in it at all. Like, it might be just, he might not be in it at all, and if that is the case, then, man, fuck that. It's just, yeah, fuck that. I mean, maybe you can have him involved in bringing the Horrorland story, maybe. Like, it never really followed up on anything from the first one. Like, it just briefly mentions the first one. Like, briefly, like I said, like in a news article, but that's about it. The kid's fine. But that's about it when they're looking up R.L. Stine. And there is a nice little cameo from R.L. Stine at the end of the movie. That was pretty cool. That made me mark out. So, yeah, there's R.L. Stine. He looks the fucking same. Jesus Christ. Like, has that guy not aged? He looks exactly like he did fucking in the 90s. He's one of the most ugly looking dudes ever. He still is one of the ugliest looking dudes I've ever seen. Like, there's one of my favorite jokes in this movie was there's a Jack Black is walking through all the mayhem and stuff like that that's going on with all these Halloween decorations coming to life. And he sees a red balloon by a sewer grate. And I'm like, man, that's funny. I got smiled. And he's like, see, I came up with that idea before King did. I'm like, I don't know why I laughed at that, but I fucking laughed at it. But I'm like, did Yeah, I don't remember ever there being a Goosebumps story about an evil killer clown in a sewer grate with a red balloon. So I don't know what you're talking about, Arl Stein. But whatever. But yeah. There's some questionable CGI too in this movie. The CGI isn't that. I mean, I remember the CGI in the first one not being that great either, but it's from Sony Pictures Animations. You can tell they make a fucking animate. They're this company is responsible for animated movies more than live action because some of the CGI is not looks a little too cartoony, including like a character being turned into a dummy by the end of the movie. That was kind of horrifying. Not as horrifying as Jack Black as a fucking baby in the fucking house clocking its walls, but it was a little horror. That was a little horrifying. Oh, I'm glad also that even though the songs in the trailer, there's no gummy bear song when the gummy bears pop up. They're not singing, I'm a gummy bear, I'm a gummy. It doesn't pop up. Apparently, they didn't get the rights to that song and put it in the movie. Just put it in the trailer. I'm kind of glad I didn't have to hear that song, honestly. I fucking hate that song. Like my niece, if you have a little kid, you've heard that song a million fucking times. Uh, it's not terrible. It's just there. It's nothing really bad about it. It's nothing great. It's just there. Like I said, I remember the first one. I liked the first one a lot better. Yeah. So I guess it's a mild recommend. I guess I would say maybe rental. There's worse things for your kids to go see. So if you want to take your kids to go see something, I guess this isn't that bad. Trailers. A Dog's Way Home. Hey, I didn't know they were remaking Homeward Bound. Oh, wait, it's not a remake of Homeward Bound, it's a sequel to Dog's Purpose? Well, you could have fucking fooled me. Because, remember that fucking terrible movie Dog's Purpose that came out a few years ago? I don't know if anybody really remembers that movie, other than that fucking weird PETA controversy that was spread. But, yeah, they're making a sequel, semi-sequel, where a dog gets lost, and it's like the first one where the dog, you can hear his thoughts, and it's being narration, but it's a girl's narration this time, voice doing the narration this time, and he's, lost in the woods and trying to find his way home, so it's like, it's Homeward Bound! And literally, you're hearing the dog's thoughts, and he's talking. It's Homeward Bound! Except there's no cat in this movie, and there's only one dog and not two dogs. Fucking taken from Homeward Bound. Fuck you. Like, try to call it. It's a remake of Homeward Bound. Don't fucking try to call it something else. Johnny English Strikes Again. I forgot this is something that's coming out. Like, who the fuck even watches Johnny English movies? I love Rowan Atkinson, don't get me wrong. I am a Rowan Atkinson guy, support one of the most underrated people, fucking British comedians out there, who's a fucking legend, man. He's Mr. Bean was like one of my favorite things growing up. But, like, I don't ever remember watching any of the Johnny English movies. I don't know if there's anybody who's ever watched any of the Johnny English movies. So why are we getting this? Like, when was the last one that came out? Like, maybe like 10 years ago? I barely remember those fucking movies. And then, like, I remember getting a trailer a while back for this movie, and I thought the movie already came out, but apparently it didn't. Okay. Yeah, that's a movie that's coming out. So, yeah, that's as far as trailers and Goosebumps 2. I am going tomorrow to go see First Man and Bad Times at the El Royale. And I'm also right in the process of trying to watch Tales from the Hood 2. That's all I'm going to say about that right now. Yeah, I'll have reviews for those three probably in the next few days. I'm also trying to get in all the fucking other horror movie reviews before the end of October. I got a busy fucking month this month. So yeah, that's my plan for now. And until then, I'll talk to you guys later.